News of the New Year's Eve attacks in Germany are being updated with more and more suspects, more and more cases of women reporting that they were victims during the New Year's celebrations. And now we have cases of vigilante justice with mobs of people going after random Muslims and violently attacking them. Of course, that's par for the course when these situations occur. So now there are reports that as many as 500 women have come forward with their own stories, their own cases of being victimized during these celebrations. However, there are also cases of innocent Muslims that haven't done anything wrong being attacked by angry mobs. Police said Monday that the mob attacked 6 Pakistanis, 2 of whom had to be hospitalized. Shortly afterward, a group of 5 people attacked a 39-year-old Syrian national, injuring him slightly. Police said late Sunday that more than a week on from the New Year's Eve celebrations, some 516 complaints had now been lodged, including 40% that are related to sexual assault. Now, we've been covering this story since it was first, broken by the press in Germany, and there are dozens of alleged suspects that are migrants. That doesn't mean that they're all Syrian refugees. We know that they're migrants that could have, come into Germany a few years ago, okay? Mm-hmm. But they should be investigated. They should be brought to justice. That doesn't mean that vigilante justice should be carried out. You shouldn't go after people that you don't know that you think might have done this. That doesn't make any sense.
So there are 2 different wrongs here. And if my mom taught me anything, it's that 2 wrongs don't make it right. And in the beginning, we have the sexual assault towards women that happened during New Year's Eve. Outrageous. Everybody has to be brought to justice that's involved. Anna just said it's the most obvious thing in the world. I don't know anyone who disagrees, right? So, and it doesn't matter where you're from, okay?
And to be absolutely clear, this isn't about men aggressively trying to pick up on women. This is about men who violently sexually assaulted, in some cases raped women, who would steal their cell phones, their purses. These were orchestrated attacks. I'm glad they're being investigated.
Now, the second wrong is, okay, now that some migrants did that, according to the authorities, let me go find random migrants that didn't do it and attack them. Okay, I can't, it drives me crazy that people think that makes sense.
Look, here's the thing. If you want to make a statement about violence and how you want to condemn it, you're against it, the worst way to deal with that is by attacking people who haven't even been accused of anything, right? Just attacking people simply because they're Muslim. That kind of goes against your own message and your own mission, right? And then also at the same time, look, I get it. People are frustrated with the way police have handled this. They're frustrated with political correctness in Germany because people were very careful in speaking out against the migrants. But here's the thing. If the migrants are suspects and there's evidence that they've done this, I don't care if they're migrants or not. They should be prosecuted. They should be deported out of the country. I totally understand those points. But you have to allow the authorities to do the investigations in order to figure out who is and is not guilty. Going after people who might not be guilty doesn't make any sense at all. We have this huge issue in the country right now in the United States where people are up in arms about Stephen Avery, who was likely framed for a murder he didn't commit, right? If you're up in arms about that type of innocent life being lost at the hands of terrible people, well, you should be just as upset as innocent Muslims not doing anything wrong and being attacked in the most violent ways imaginable by these ridiculous vigilantes. You want to speak out against the Syrian refugees coming into your country? You want to get together and protest? Look, I don't agree with you, but that's fine. Do it, as long as it's not violent. If you're going to violently go after people, well, then you're kind of going against your own mission statement, and you're proving that you're really the violent one.
That's the number one go-to move of people who are about to commit violence, which is they will say about the people they are about to attack, all they understand is violence.
Right.
Right. Now, look, if you did vigilantism against the guys that they caught, that would have, there'd be issues with that too. There's a reason why we have laws, whether it's Germany or the US, because you should let the justice system handle it. You go around attacking people outside of the justice system, it's a bad idea. But when you do it to people who didn't have anything to do with it, just because they happen to be the same race, I mean, we can go on and on with 1,000 examples. Okay, after Breivik does the shooting in Norway, what if we just randomly pulled over white Norwegians and started beating the crap out of them? That would make no sense to anybody, right? So, but in this case, well, I mean, they are all Muslims, right? So What does that mean? Okay, I hope that the overwhelming majority, 99.9% of you who are watching, understand that concept. I have faith in you. And you go, well, that's really stupid. They obviously shouldn't have done that. I'm worried about the 0.1% or perhaps a little larger who are like, you're not getting the real problem.
Yeah.
Right? The real problem is them, and we have to do something about it. And all they understand is violence.